This is Christian Stewart, PowerSportsRepairing.com, and this is another How to Get It Done video. Here come the jesters. 1, 2, 3. Hey guys, today we're going to be working on a personal project on a 2008 Ford Mustang GT. It'll be a 3-step project, so let's get to it. Today we're going to be installing some drilled and slotted rotors from Steeda on this 2008 Ford Mustang GT. On a previous project, we installed this Ebach lowering springs, which brought this vehicle down 2.5 inches all around. Because of that, we'll have to make some adjustments to our strut here by using some purchased strut bolts with cam lobes to help bring that wheel out a little bit to adjust the camber. Let's get started. So our camber bolts for the struts by Specialty Products has arrived, so we're going to get this installed now. What we'll be doing, we'll be removing this stock strut bolt here with a 19mm socket, and then we'll be installing these. And once we get these installed, I do not have one of the gauges that they offer for your camber, but that's okay because they're not going to be absolutely precise. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this to the professionals after we get this installed and let those guys get this thing lined up. Now notice our specialty designed bolts from Specialty Products compared to the stock bolt. You see, the stock bolt is just a flush straight mount, while this bolt here has a cambered, camber, what they call it, cambered. Looks like almost like a cam. It's lobed there. It's got that lobe on it that's offset. So what that's going to do when we go in here, it's going to drive that piece forward and give me about, up to 1.75 degrees of camber adjustment. So let's get this in here now. Okay, so we've got the new special design bolt in, and we've got that lobe pushed out, and I've pushed it all the way out to get that max, because I know by the previous tires that we had too much negative. So we've positived it out, and we're going to let the professionals do it the right way, and then what we're going to do is we're going to install the other side, and we'll be ready to finish mounting up. Okay, we're getting started on installing these Steeda drilled and slotted rotors. We start off by taking out these two 12mm bolts on the calipers. We'll remove those calipers, then move the mount. We'll get this this rotor off, get the new one on, and go from there. Now that we have the caliper off and the brake pads, we'll remove these two bolts, one at the top, one at the bottom, to remove the caliper mount. I believe that's a 15mm. So on these 2008 Mustangs, once you take those two 14mm bolts off, scratch that, I believe it's 15mm. let's see. Yeah, excuse me, 15 millimeter. Once you take those two bolts off, that bracket will come right off, and then the rotor comes right off. So while we're pulling these calipers off, we're going to go ahead and clean them up, prime them, and get us a matching paint to match our car. And once we do that, along with those new shiny slotted drilled rotors, it's going to give the car a really good look. All right, so we got our calipers painted and our caliper bracket. Rotors put on, and we're trying to finish up here. Got our brake pads on, put our calipers on. We're going to switch off and finish up the rest of the car, and we'll be ready for the reveal. So now we'll be moving to the back to get the calipers removed and the caliper bracket, to take this rotor off and replace, put the new ones on. Ford decided to go from the front at a 12 millimeter for these two caliper bolts to a 13 millimeter, and I guess they knew how I drive. So we'll get these pulled off, get all this done, cleaned up, painted, and get the rear looking as good as the front. Alright, so we're getting close. We're here on the rear. Now with the rear calipers on these self-adjusting brakes, you're going to have you a tool like this. Now what this will do is, you got several fittings on this particular tool, and this is the fitting we'll need for this 2008 Mustang. And these two prongs here will fit right in the slot on the caliper, and as we rotate it in, we'll push that caliper on in and rotating at the same time, and it takes quite a bit of pressure. That's why you'll have to have this tool here. You can rent these at AutoZone for about 60 bucks. Use it, take it back, and get your money back. Alright, so let's get this rear end finished up. Our final stage in this project will be installing these brand new Niche M134 style rims and tires. Front rims going on this 2008 Mustang are 20 by 8.5s with 255 35 ZRs on the front, and the concave on the back 10.5-inch rim with 285 30s. Let's get these puppies on here and get it looking good. We'll be still installing these rims here with a Dorman's wheel and nut and lock kit purchased at AutoZone for about $30. These lug nuts are going to be 19 millimeter. We're going to get this rim mounted and get these started and get these puppies tightened up. This kit comes with one specially designed locking nut. So that these new rims can't be stolen. Alright, well, we got her all finished up. Let's take a look around. Nice clean install. Sounds like people out there like it.
There's no way to catch up with me. I'm leaving you. Don't make
Alright, another one down. This is Christian Stewart, Power Sports Repair, on this personal project 2008 Ford Mustang GT. We out.
I'm running with the pack. Running with the pack. I'm running with the pack. Never looking back. You tried to